average with an accuracy of about 10 degrees. The ultimate tool for any submersible is a work or feed-through fixture, if desired. With a little practice, it easily picks up objects and can even tie knots, secure shackles, operate instruments, take bottom samples, or perform any simple task. It is completely manual, and a quick change feature allows several different types of claws to be installed without lifting the sub out of the water. In addition to the arm, Submaray is equipped to gather data by means of tape recorder, several kinds of cameras, horizontal scanning sonar, or special instruments weighing up to 150 pounds, which is approximately the maximum payload. But data is not all we gather. This dive turned out to be a practice session in recovering contemporary amphorae, and its success resulted in raising the spirits of the entire crew. From the beginning of construction in 1961, Submaray has been designed to perform useful work. Hydrotech Company was formed as a commercial operating service in 1962. As of June 1967, 425 dives had been logged to accomplish a broad variety of work. These jobs include a search for a sunken plane, locating the body of a drowning victim, offshore oil pipeline inspection, an insurance investigation of a sunken yacht, several sewer outfall inspections, movie studio assignments, and a submerged power cable inspection, all performed successfully and with 100% safety record. From the undersea gardens of Catalina to the redwood forests of Northern California makes a study in contrast. Highway travel to and from jobs has totaled over 14,000 miles and ranged from San Diego to Canada. One spectacular job involved the Highlight Ross Dam in Washington. A lumber company hired us to survey Ross Lake, and a logging expert rode in the sub for a first-hand look at giant trees in perfect condition still standing in the lake bed. This was an environment far different from Catalina. The lake proved to be deep, dark, and dirty. In fact, much of the work performed by Submaray has been accomplished under less than ideal conditions. Special procedures were improvised and an increasing amount of instrumentation installed, especially to cope with murky water. Another interesting contract was for the U.S. Bureau of Commercial Fisheries. Marine biologists use Submaray as a platform to carry special instruments and record data to help improve fishing practices. The ocean floor surrounding Santa Rosa and San Miguel Islands is a scene of active oil exploration. Here, for the first time anywhere, a team of diving geologists utilized a submersible to obtain meaningful data. Companies interested in leasing the subsea rights in areas most likely to produce oil. Also, for the first time, we provided on-the-job training so that one of the geologists could operate Submaray with another geologist as observer. A fix was taken each time the sub submerged or surfaced, and these stations carefully plotted so that significant information could be pinpointed within a relatively short distance. In addition to tape recording by the observer, all communications to the surface were logged, and the sender vessel maintained at a position within range of the sub. A very important factor in petroleum geology is the recovery of rock samples. With 2 or 3 chunks of rock in the basket and one in the claw, no chances were taken. A swimmer was assigned to retrieve them before Submaray came alongside, and woe betide anyone who dropped the sample overboard. In between dives, the air in the sub is freshened with a small vacuum while the batteries are given a quick charge from the generator. This work occurred intermittently during the months of March and April and a period of many storms. In spite of this, a total number of 14 working days with 66 dives were logged. Rock outcrops were located, surveyed, and sampled on about 90% of the dives in depths ranging from 100 to 300 feet. An interesting diversion occurred when we spotted a strange object in the distance which turned out to be a dead whale about 40 feet long. The odor was intense, but by approaching upwind, we got close enough to see large sharks feeding on the carcass, and it was difficult to realize that this bloated heap of rotting flesh had once been a huge, graceful mammal. Near the end of this job, a 4,000-foot transducer cable towed behind a large vessel for seismic profiling had been lost off Santa Rosa Island. In 2 days, Submaray succeeded in locating, unsnagging, and literally bringing to the surface this expensive piece of gear, a fitting climax of achievement for a tiny sub conceived in a backyard project and undoubtedly the ugly duckling in a pioneering field.